Welcome, everybody, to Firepit Conversations. I'm one of your hosts, Aaron.
And I'm Ronnie.
Welcome, and thank you for coming to sit at the pit with us this week. So let's check in. So Ronnie, what's been new with you this week, or past 2 weeks or 3 weeks? It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has been a minute. No, you know what? It's been really, really dope. I actually had a conversation with a friend of mine who has this really complex adoptee story. It's like intricate, right? Like her mom was adopted by an aunt, and it's just all these intricate things. And it just really reminds me that this story, this experience is not monolithic. It's not just white people, black people, men, women. It's just like everybody, and so many family members have that story. So it just kind of like confirmed for me why we do what we're doing on our podcast. Just like sharing our story because people don't share it. So yeah, that's been my check-in. And besides working, really just kind of like connecting with other people. But yeah, what about you, Aaron? What about you? What's going on with you?
Been around the world and I.
You have listen, and you have, because we've talked all the last 2 weeks, and you've been. Where have you been in the last 2 weeks?
I was in Myrtle Beach. I was in Utah. I was in California. I was by Fresno. I'm doing a grand opening. Utah, check on the store, and Myrtle Beach for a grand opening. Utah was cold. It was 43 degrees.
43 degrees, bruh. We from the South.
That's too cold for us. I was coming from 70-degree weather, going to 43-degree weather for about 4 or 5 hours, just to go back to 70-degree weather in California.
Yeah, nah, that's too much.
Yeah. So I mean, just on the move. What I've been doing, working, just
and all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, that's it. Just watching football when I can.
So, what game? Like, who's your team right now? Like, who are you rooting for? Not right now, because I know you got a team that you always gonna root for.
Right.
Who's your team?
Oh, I'm a Florida Gators fan.
Gator
college
Nation.
Football. Yeah, college football is where it's at. But I like all kind of football, so I watch it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Thursday, Monday, whatever day it comes
on.
So
do you like college football more so than like
NFL? Yep.
So I've never quite understood that. So talk to me. Why do you feel like college football is better than NFL?
Tradition. It's the traditions with the school. It's like it's real rivalries.
Okay.
So you have people. I mean, you'll see license plates where it says house is divided. You have it that way. Like, somebody might be a Georgia fan and then somebody might be a Florida fan. Like, and on that week, we are enemies. What I say to you, don't take personal on game day. Like, that's how it is. With the NFL, you have rivalries, but it's not the same. Yeah. It's not like that. So, that's what makes it different. It makes it more, high intensity.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of times, the NFL rivalry is like bandwagon people. Like, I like this team this season, but this team has a better starting lineup, so I like that team better. And whereas so college ball is like, win, lose, draw, that's my team.
Yeah, I had it rough for the past few years with my Florida Gators, but we're doing a little something. But that's what. So with not high school, with NFL. People switch teams all the time. With college football, you don't see people switching teams.
Yeah.
That's the big difference.
I feel that. Okay, I get that. I like that. Well, I think we're going to get right on into it. So if you haven't already done so and you're joining us, make sure you grab your drink.
Or something
to and get ready, because this episode right here. This episode about to be something.
Yeah, y'all.
And I feel like this might
put the seatbelt on.
Put your seatbelt on. Clink clink, right? Because I think this episode is going to be kind of what the people want to know. This is some we dipping into some real stuff. So I think we got to first say this. We're going to have a conversation about our birth mom.
Yes, we are, and these are our opinions and just our point of views. When this is not to make anyone look bad. This is not to, this is not to stir up the pot in any way. This is just our point of view. Now,
Right. It's
with that
ours.
being said, we would welcome the opportunity for people going forward, after this is done, to come have their point of view. We can talk.
We can talk. We can have a good conversation.
Real, authentic. And
Authentic.
we're not no Twitter fingers over here,
No,
So that's
we know Twitter thugs. So we
so
ready to have a conversation.
so
But I
with that
think
being said, I had to
Mhm.
grab a smoke and a drink for this conversation.
All right, all right. I got my drink. I ain't smoking nothing, but I got my drink. But I think one of the things that I want to go ahead and preface it by saying is this. While we are very respectful people and we're going to give our authentic experiences or talk about our authentic experiences, we do feel like, our story is just not our stories alone. Our stories involve so many other people. And so we do want to be respectful and maintain the anonymity of our birth parents. So what we are going to do is moving forward, well, let me say this. In the past, we have acknowledged them as the sperm and the egg. And we have reached out to y'all and we have got in some ideas of how we're gonna address them, right? So we're gonna address our birth mother as Anne. So that will be her name moving forward is Anne, Ann. And then our birth father's name moving forward will be Sonny, Sonny. So it would be Anne and Sonny moving forward, right?
Right.
Sperm and egg may sound, I don't know. People may not like it,
People
whatever
getting their
case may be.
feels.
But we are going to talk about Anne today. Okay.
Ugh. Gotcha.
Aaron, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So I think where I want to start us off at is simply this. You grew up knowing that you were adopted.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What was the vision or the image that you had of your birth mother when growing up? Like, what did you think she looked like? Who do you think she was? What do you think her story was like? What was that for you?
I mean, I guess when it was that period in time when I, since I've known so long, I really don't think I envisioned the mother because, I had the mother I had. Excuse me, she was a great. So I never visualized somebody else being my mother. With her, it was more that's my mother.
Mhm.
When I wouldn't say I ever envisioned it. No, like I wish. I mean, now getting older, I guess my point of view was different. As a kid, it was just like, this is my mother. This is who I call my mother. This is who it is. You don't understand like mothers and relationships right away. But the older you get, you start understanding those relationships.
Yeah.
And I guess then is probably when I was just like, I know she's not my mother, but she's raised me. She's been my mother. So that's all I know. Um, yeah, so I wouldn't say I envisioned. I wouldn't say I envisioned. I wish. Now I wish. I wish it
But
was somebody who has some moolah.
right. But I'm saying like even before you made the connection, because we've already
Mm-hmm,
talked about how y'all connected, right?
mm-hmm,
Before you made
mm-hmm.
the connection, did you ever think like, oh, my birth mom could be this person, or my birth
Yeah,
mom could be
Selena.
doing
I
that
wish my
thing? Like,
mom,
what was it?
some Spanish lady, because we were Puerto Rican, so I thought, and I heard that our father was Cape Verdean, so I thought it was a Spanish chick. So that's why I always associate. I mean, I fuck with the Migos. Hey, but yeah, so I was, I guess when I did picture, it was a Spanish lady.
So, were you told anything, maybe from Mama Deborah? Shout out
Mm-hmm.
Mama Deborah, we love her. Were you told anything about your birth mother specifically? Um,
No,
no.
nope,
Okay.
nope.
Okay.
So I was never really told nothing. I mean, it was, it was just known that I was adopted. I guess she really didn't have that much information either.
Yeah.
So I mean, she would have shared it with me. My mom was always just with everything. She was just straightforward with it. You know,
Yeah.
she ain't gonna sugarcoat it.
Not
So
at
we would
all.
have definitely shared the information. But no, I don't recall any information that was given
Okay.
to me.
And last but not least,
Ooh,
oh, do you feel like knowing that you were adopted, knowing that this was a decision that your birth mother made, do you
uh-huh.
feel like you dealt with issues of abandonment?
Sometimes.
Hmm.
Sometimes, I mean, sometimes, I mean, you would feel that way, like for real, like if your birth mother doesn't want you, nobody's gonna want you,
Yeah.
you know. So that happened, but I mean, I'm grown now,
Okay. Big grown.
big grown.
I get that. I think that's I think that's helpful for people to kind of hear, like, again, like I said before, everybody's story is not the same. Everybody is not going to have the same experience. And so while there are people who are going to be like, oh, I had this vision of my mom and I kept seeing Michelle Obama on the TV and I said, oh my God, I look like her. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's not going to have that. And I think that's so amazing that you're like, yeah, that just wasn't my case. Because I think that makes other people understand, like, it's okay if you don't have that
Yeah,
vision. If you don't take that narrative or make that story about, like, oh, this is who she was or how she was or why she made the decision. So I think it's dope. So kudos to you.
yeah, yeah, man. So what about you? So what was your first encounter with Anne?
Oh, gosh. Okay. So again, I'm going to preface this by saying that our experience is our experience. I'm not going to speak on someone else's. I can only speak on mine.
Right.
Right. So, for those of you who do not know, Ancestry is very much like social media. So you can put a profile picture up, you can say what area you live in, your age range, so on and so forth. But you can also message people. So after messaging Erin, which y'all have heard before, I messaged our birth mom, and she did not respond. But I'm smart and I'm tricky, and I saw the name, and so I found her on Facebook. And so I messaged her on Facebook and I simply just said, like, hey, I recently took an ancestry test and it said that, you and I have this connection. Um, I'm just trying to figure out more information because remember, I didn't know I was adopted. So this was a thing where I'm just figuring it out. Um, and what she said was she responded and was like, hey, I can confirm that I did place a son for adoption during that time frame in Connecticut. And so I was just like asking questions like, what details can you give me? I'm just trying to piece together
Mm-hmm.
the story. And I feel like she was very elusive, right? She wasn't just like
Right.
straightforward or direct with her answer. So she was just like, yes, this was my age, here's my nationality, this is the hospital where it all happened. What other information can I give you? And so I'm like, what's the birth date? Do you know where your child ended up going? Like, what else can you tell me? And so she confirms my birth date and she tells me that, it was a closed adoption through Catholic Family Charities. Um, and literally, and I'm reading the messages, so I'm not misquoting anyone, I'm not paraphrasing. I literally say, well, I believe that you are my biological mother. And she says it may be possible based on the DNA results.
Mm.
Here's the thing though, when you get this ancestry, it's not like, oh, this is a possibility. Like, it's like a DNA test. We're on Mari. You're 99.99999%.
Right.
This is your parent or whatever. So We continue to keep talking. She wishes me well. She wished me a belated birthday because again, I found out right around my birthday. And I happened to mention to her that I haven't told my parents because I still consider my mom and dad are the people who raised me, not the people who fucked for me, but the people who raised me, right? Those are my parents.
Right.
So I say, I still haven't told my parents that I know the truth. This is what Anne said, and I quote, "My children also do not know that I put a child up for adoption. So I guess we have something in common."
Hey,
A
hey,
being the operative word. One. A is singular. A means one, right? So
yeah,
we continue to talk, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, like, oh, so I have siblings. And
right.
she's like, oh, yeah, I have 3 children. And I said, oh, okay, well, were they put up for adoption as well? She literally responds with, oh, that's a loaded question.
Uh, how loaded? Like a loaded gun.
Right. Like, how loaded? So I was like, oh, well, I naturally thought that since I was placed for adoption, like that's the decision you made for me, maybe that was a decision you made for others. And she says, I have one other son, and this is a quotation. She says, that's a loaded question. I have one other son that was also adopted. I did raise 2 daughters and a son. So that was my first experience of her. Because at that point in time, I had already talked to you.
Right. So you already went the question that you already had the answer for.
Already had the answer for her. I knew for a fact that I had
Right.
a full-blooded biological brother who shared this genetic connection with me. We
Right.
had the same birth parents, and she's being elusive to like, oh,
Right.
my kids don't know. But mind you, her kids did know that she put a child up for adoption,
Right.
correct?
The lies
It's
and
the lies for
deceit.
me. It's the lies. So those are my first experiences of Anne. Was that
Ooh,
heavy, right?
heavy. So honestly, just to be honest and to be frank,
Mm-hmm.
how did that make you feel? How did that, I mean, definitely I know it didn't start off on that means we ain't starting off on the good foot.
Right,
Um, but because I know your situation different. Like you never knew
right.
you were adopted. So your feeling towards it is going to be, different than mine because I was never searching for one, but
Right.
you never knew. So, how
Yeah.
did that make you feel?
You know what? Here's the truth of the matter. This was a person that I felt like I gave an open slate, a clear,
Mhm.
clean slate to.
Right.
It wasn't something where I'm like, oh, you got to be this way, that way, the third way. I gave a clear, open slate to. I believe people to be the person that they show me that they are. And
Hmm.
the truth of the matter, so my experience of her off the rip was you're not a honest person,
Person. Right.
and your lack of honesty can be for multiple reasons, right? Because I still have empathy for her. You have this teenage person who was making this very adult decision, this
Right.
lifelong decision that's going to linger on forever and really is going to impact multiple people's lives for generations to come, right? So
Hmm.
I was empathetic, but then my frustration and my patience started to dwindle because I just felt like there was a lack of honesty. I felt like you could have easily just said, yes, we
Right.
connected because you can see the connection just like I can see the connection,
Right. Right.
right? You see
Right.
it. So you saw that we connected as parent and child. And so I felt like in that moment, what I was looking for was like confirmation, was
Yeah.
empathy, caring, compassion, right? Like, yes, oh my gosh, I'd been looking, and maybe I had looked at too many TV shows, right? I'm
You
thinking
did.
like you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, yes, I've been looking for you for all these years. I've, my kids know. I'm so excited. We want to invite you into the fold, yada, 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 yada. And that just wasn't the
Right.
case.
No, I mean, I feel you. I feel you. Like, as we didn't jump off on the perfect foot either. So that's
Right.
why I'm like, I understand, but it's like, did you ever? I mean, I guess with you and I, we both have strong people who let us,
Right.
you know.
Right.
So I guess if we didn't have that, it would probably be different. Um,
Correct.
so I was gonna say, I mean, did it make you feel, anyway towards Cook? And I know it didn't because, I know Cookie. And you know what I'm saying? It's like black versus white. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, how could you? It was probably you were thankful. Like, I mean, honestly, like you probably felt more thankful towards them.
Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Like you're right. Like you've met Cookie and you met Big Ron. Like I just was like, yeah, my parents, my mom and dad would never have kind of addressed it in that way. And maybe that's unfair to Anne, right? Maybe I'm comparing, you can't compare apples to
I
oranges, right?
mean, yeah, so that's why I don't like judging her because I mean, in honesty, like we're not in her position.
Right.
We don't know, like, if you had, let's say, 30 years from now, somebody pop out the woodwork and saying, you know, hey, you've had a child for 30 years.
Right.
But so I don't know what she's feeling. And I'm not gonna pretend and act like I do. However, I can only speak for me.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have come to this situation in the same manner.
Right. And
Or
here,
if I wasn't ready, I'd just straight up say, like, hey man, yeah, that's in the past. Yeah, I did. And I'm glad to see you're doing okay. But that chapter of my life, I'm over with it. Like
close.
that's all I need.
So
And
yeah. But I think here's my biggest issue. My biggest issue at the time was the fact that she had already connected with you, right?
right.
So it's
Hmm.
like if I'm walking down an alley and it's dark and it's cold and there's no lights and things like that, and I already get jumped one time,
Right, right, right.
I would kind of foresee like if I'm going to continue down this alley,
Hmm.
I might get jumped a second time.
That's a choice I can make.
It's the choice I can make. And at the time, she had already connected with you, talked to you, had to tell her family about you just literally 12 to 14 months before connecting with me.
Right.
So you kind of held this information when you could have cats out the bag. Let me be honest and transparent. And she
Yeah.
didn't. And so when we continue to go down that road of this relationship, I realized that she had not told her husband at the time.
Right. Right. Right.
So when we
And
spoke
so
on the
here's the
phone the first,
thing. I mean, do you think she's told her husband to this day?
I can neither confirm nor deny that she's told her husband, but my honest opinion is that she has not. Now, maybe she has.
Right. I mean, but we are only, like we say, we base our opinions based on facts. Like
Right.
the if ands and the buts, we've already excluded them. Like the facts that we have is what we base our opinions on.
Yep. And so I do not truthfully, honestly believe that she has told her husband. And I say that because I've met this woman 2 times,
Mm.
twice, and
Oh,
I've never
twice.
met her husband.
Damn. So the first time you met her.
What about the first time?
Oh, you want me to just dig deep into the first? Okay, so what happened the first time you met her?
So the first time I met her, so let
Take a
me let
drink.
me
You
let
can
me
take a
be
drink first. I'm gonna give you a second to take a little gulp before you answer this. So go ahead.
hold on, let me take a sip.
I'm gonna take a sip with you.
So the first time I met her, was so let me give you the logistics. She lives about 3 hours from me.
Mm,
Just about 3 hours, right? You live further from me than she does.
right. Right.
Okay. When we met for the first time, we met in a midway point and we decided to
Okay.
have lunch.
Oh, lunch. That's fire. Who was
I
there?
know. Oh my gosh. So the food was really good. So we went to this place in Myrtle Beach called Art Burger Sushi Bar. If you're ever in Myrtle Beach, have to try it. Amazing burgers, amazing sushi. But anyway, so we met there and she brought our half sister or her daughter, Leola.
Oh, okay.
And we had a really good conversation. We talked, we laughed. It was a really great conversation. And when it was all said and done with, and I went back home, I texted her the next day and I said, "Hey, did your husband know that you came?" It was just a question. Like it was on my heart, my spirit. Did your husband know you
Yeah, man.
came?
Get it off your chest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just like, he didn't then, but he knows now.
What? So what does that mean?
It means that he did not know. But here was my thing though.
He
You
knows
drove
now
an
what?
hour and a half,
Right.
you stayed there for 3 to 4 hours, and then drove an hour and a half home. Your husband did not know where you were for 7 hours. Look, hold on, Aaron. This is my baby. Oh, look at my baby. My baby is 16 years old.
Oh, that's the happy birthday girl from
This is the
yesterday.
birthday girl. Oh, you
Happy
smell
birthday.
good.
Happy birthday. Happy
Uh,
birthday.
don't forget get your stuff out my trunk.
Get your
Okay,
stuff
you got
out of
it.
his trunk, girl.
She's
It's
going
taking up
home.
space.
Oh, I'll see you next month. Make sure you call me before. Let me know when you make it home. All right, love you. Bye.
Oh,
So
that's
yes, that's my
happy
baby.
birthday to her.
Happy birthday, Malaysia. That's my baby. But so yeah, so she was just like, he didn't know then, but he knows now. But like I said, my thing was, how your husband don't know where you at for 7 to 8 hours on a whole Saturday? Hold on. Let me ask Aaron. Is it okay for April not to know where you are for a whole shift on a Saturday that you're supposed to be off?
Not a day in hell.
Okay. Because Tony
So,
not
so,
having it.
so she must have lied and said she was doing something, going to hanging with the girlfriend, going to play bingo, going to,
To
go to
whatever.
whatever, but it wasn't going to see you.
Correct. So
That's just an assumption. That's just an
that's my
assumption.
assumption. That's my
Okay.
assumption.
I mean, anyone that got sense will probably have the same.
And so let me say this. Let me rewind a little bit. I remember when I went to go tell my parents that I knew the truth.
Right.
This was a week after I found out. I had already talked to her, talked to you, talked to Martina, and I asked. I told her, I told Anne before I went to my parents. I said, "Hey, I'm going to go tell my parents. I'm going to encourage you to tell your husband because
Damn.
at that time you've been carrying this secret for over 30 years, and
Yeah, 30 years is a long time. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So,
that's a
so
long secret."
well, it's not a long secret, but why? It probably will make you feel better by just speaking on it, letting it out, like get it off your chest. You've been holding this in for 30 years, and now that the pimple has come to the head, you motherfucking is putting shit on there to make sure there's the pimple stay down. You can't do that. Like you gotta let it out. You just gotta let it, you know.
Just let it out.
It's the truth is the truth. At this day and age, like there's facts, there's proof, there's a me, there's a you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like there's two things you can't deny. Like you can keep running, but it's gonna just keep chasing you.
And let's keep in mind, here's the thing, in case people are just now viewing or just now like making connections, she had already a year prior to this connected with you. So this was not
Right.
like, oh, the first shock. Like for me, it was like, oh shit. Okay, I'd been caught once. Let me get ahead of it because we organically connected through this avenue of ancestry. Let me go ahead and get ahead of the game so that I'm not caught slipping. That's just my thought, but it wasn't hers. So
I mean, I think that's. I don't want to say anybody with sense is thoughts, but
right.
that's what I'm gonna say, and I'm not gonna repeat it. But it was a thought that shouldn't have came out. But that's the truth. Like, I just feel like I mean, my point of view, we don't have to have a relationship.
Right.
It's not. If I do, it's
We
gonna be
do.
on my terms. But it's gonna be like, I mean, very little communication. Like, why should we start now? You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel as towards the situation. No, I mean no hate towards you. I don't have no animosity. I don't have nothing against you. It's just I'm in my life where I really don't even need to know you. Like I haven't known you this long.
And see, I'm different. I'm like, you know what? I want to give you a blank slate, a clean canvas. Like you made a decision 30 some
Mhm.
odd years ago,
Right.
and
100%.
I'm okay with your decision.
Me too.
What
Me
I'm not
too.
okay with is how you decide to move forward. And that's where my issue comes in at. I'm not okay with that. It's not cool with me. I'm not your side piece. You not gonna put me in the closet or in the dark or hide me. Like that's not the case. Either we're gonna go forward or we not. Aaron, I done met your mama, I done met your friends, I done met your people you consider to be your aunt. I done met so many people vital to your life because we decided to move forward in
Right.
relationship with each other, despite whatever has already happened to us in our past. That's what
Right.
I'm expecting is
Right.
for adults to be adults.
Yeah, and you can expect that, but if they didn't make, I mean, I guess you could say they made adult decisions then because they did, but
Right.
at the end of the day, like, what can you expect of them? And like when
True.
she's shown us and has shown us who she is and how far the relationship's gonna go, like it has peaked. You know what I'm saying? You meeting her halfway was the peak of the.
Oh, not to mention I met her a second time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Let's talk about that. So before we go on with that, go ahead talk about the second time. So what happened the second time? Who
So the
who
second time,
attended this time?
so the second time we met at the same exact place, Art Burger Sushi Bar, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We met at the exact same place. And instead of one
So
half
that's y'all's
sister,
Lola.
that's our Lolas, right? but instead of one half sister, I met with the second the first of the children that Anne raised, which was Martina,
The oldest of
the
the
oldest, and so
that she raised.
that
So
she
go.
raised, right? And again, great conversation, great dialogue. Oh, we had such a really good time. But again, it's one of those things. Both times I brought my partner in life, right? The person that I'm in relationship with, the person that I'm close to, the person I speak with the most, the person I'm sleeping with. Like that's who I bought,
Right.
and you still haven't bought yours.
Or even spoke with him.
Or even spoke with them about it. Like I've not, and it's all good. Like that's the that's the route that she wants to go. That's cool. But I just think that people got to understand, like, I might have been born one day, but it wasn't yesterday.
Right.
Right. And so, you know, she said that she wanted to tell my mom and dad, thank you. That's what Ann said, that she wanted to, thank my parents for doing the job that she chose not to do. And I say chose intentionally because
Right.
she was young and she made a decision that was sacrificial, right? She made that choice to not do it. Cool. You made that choice.
Right.
And she wanted to thank my parents doing the job or doing the responsibility that she did not want to do, or she was unable to, whatever the case may be. Cool. I simply said, whenever you and your husband would like to come, we can make that happen. And every time I mention the husband, we continuously get into some type of altercation, some type of disagreement, because we don't ever, it's always about the husband and not
Right.
it not happening.
So now here's a question. Hoof, I want you to take a drink before this question too.
All right.
I took it with you.
Okay.
What are you expecting from the relationship with her?
So I'm gonna be honest. I sent a message. So 2022 was my year of like, okay, this was the ending of the foolishness. Like, we are all, and this was with everybody involved. We are all adults. Y'all are only in your early 50s, but we're all adults. And so I sent a message with my expectations moving forward with
Right.
both biological parents. And so with Anne, my message to her was like, in order for us to be in relationship to move forward, here are the things that have to happen. I need to feel as if you have told your husband.
Right.
I need to feel it. So whether that's I meet him, whether that's there's a phone conversation, a Zoom, whatever, I need to feel it. I need you to thank my parents. And because, and you know, Aaron, we've had this conversation. This is not just our story. We
Right.
cannot tell this story
Yep.
about us and the adoption without including other people. And so the other thing I asked for from Anne was that she connect me with other family members. I cannot show up at the family reunion and say, hey, this is who I am. I am the first
Right.
biological child of Anne without then having to tell Anne's story.
Right.
Right. So my
Right.
expectation of Anne is simply this. You acknowledge my parents for what they've done
Right.
is number one.
I
Number
mean,
two,
personally, I don't even think they need that. Like, but if you want to do it, then do it. But she don't need that. Thank you for what? Like, ain't nobody. I think she feels like people are. I don't know if it's judging, but are trying to hold her accountable of situation. We're not trying to do that.
mm-mm.
Like, we just want to figure out what happened and what didn't happen. That's at the end
and,
of
that,
the
and,
day.
that, and that's
And
it.
at this point, like we're to the point like doesn't matter. We don't care. Well, I
Right.
am 100%. Like I don't even care no more. Like whatever it is, what it ain't.
No, I feel you. The second thing is you can't acknowledge my parents. She does not get full access to me until I feel like I have full access to her. And I don't have full access to her as long as the person that she sleeps with, lives with, pays bills with, is married to, until that person knows fully what this is, I don't have full access to her. And until I have full access to her, I'm not giving her full access to me. So
Mm-hmm.
that was the second thing. And the third thing is I would like for her to give me access to other family
Yeah.
because the other family are and have been innocent bystanders. We got aunts, cousins,
Right.
nieces and nephews and you know whatever. We have these people who could be in our lives and in any normal situation would be a part of our lives. But because we don't have that connection, we don't have that community, we haven't been able to. So those are the things that I expect from her. I'm not expecting no mom. I have a dope ass mom. Shout out Cookie. My mom is always gonna be the dopest mom in this world. Period. Hands down, point blank. You know, and you know, I love Mama Deb too. But you know, you gonna think Mama Deb better than Cookie. I'm gonna think Cookie better than Mama Deb, and that's fine.
That's
Hands
fine.
down, my mom is always gonna be a dope ass mom.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not looking for Ann to be my mom because
Right.
I don't consider her to be my mom. I consider her to be more like Mrs. Claus. She gave a gift, so we cool. But I do my expectation of her is for her to be an adult who's emotionally intelligent and who can meet me, you know, meet me halfway. And I just don't think she's able to and or is unwilling to. I don't know the difference for her, but I just don't think that that's the case.
Oh, so you gotta go the whole road with me.
What's the whole
Like,
road? I'm curious.
like the
What
whole.
are your
I mean,
expectations?
none.
I know, but you said the whole road. So what is the whole
Well,
road for
because
you?
you said she got to meet you halfway. She got to do everything. But I mean, it's and it's still gonna be on my time. Like,
So
I'm
what
not
does
looking
that
for
what does
nothing.
that mean? What does
So
that
I
look
will.
like?
It looks like entertaining conversations. I mean, at the end of the day, that's all it would be to me.
Yeah.
If you had questions, I'd answer them. Like if you said, hey, "How's your doing? How's your day going?" You know, yeah, I'd answer your question. But it's to the point where like I see him and I'd be like, I don't even want to respond.
Right. But does
But
so
it's
here's
not doing it maliciously. It's just like I don't. I mean, you get texts all the time from people. You be like, oh, I ain't talked to that person in 2 years. I ain't trying to talk to him now. They're usually asking me for something, or what are you doing? They need a job, stuff like that. You get
right.
them all the time. So, and that's what bracket she's in. A
But
spam.
is so is there, but are you open to it?
What
Like
you mean?
if she were to like, you know what? Let me get my shit together. Let me be more authentic, more honest, more open, more receptive, yada yada yada. Like, are you willing and open to it, or are you standoffish and blocking? Like, where are you with it?
Nah, I mean, what's the purpose of? I mean, so, what are you talking about? Like, she getting her shit together and we meet. Are you saying that?
I'm just talking about talking right now. Like, are you, because y'all do converse a little bit.
It's been a minute, but yes,
It's been a minute, but y'all have conversed. What I'm asking you
yeah,
is, if she were to get her shit together and get your shit together, if she's willing to get her shit together, are you open to exploring her getting her shit together?
yeah. But what does that look like? And what's the purpose of it? Like every time, if you do something, you have a purpose behind doing what you're doing. So, what's your purpose doing behind?
Well, what if
Like,
her purpose is to be in relationship with you?
what kind of relationship? These are the questions that need to be answered before we even do that. That's what I'm saying. What are you looking for? Because if you're like, I want to, you know, we can go on. What if she like, I want to go on vacations with you and shit? And I'd be like, I'm gonna have to shut it down. Like you talking about getting the shit together. What did that look like? That's what I'm saying.
So what I'm saying is, what if she's open and willing to, like, let me get to know you, let's
Yeah,
establish a friendship? Are you open to that?
I'm gonna ask those questions, those
Mhm.
pre-interview questions beforehand.
Yes.
What's the purpose of this?
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
Yeah.
I'm asking you, does your husband know? Are you doing this with Roddy? Because I mean, first of all, you're not gonna come like I know Ronnie ain't talking to you right now. You know what I'm saying? So don't jump over here and think you can come talk to me because Roddy ain't talking with you. That's what
Facts.
I mean. What is the what is the basis and the purpose behind her doing that? That's what. So you saying what does that look like? It look like I said, I'll entertain conversations. I have no
Okay.
problem doing that. I do that all the time, all day. Entertain conversation.
So it
So
sounds like you're open. You're not shutting it down. You're open, but it got to make sense.
I'm looking at it as this, not something that is like wanted, search for or anything. It's a job at this point. So, but I'm not getting paid for it. So now we on, overtime.
Yeah.
Like I'm not looking at it as it's something I need to search for. I need to do. It's not even in my wheelhouse of stuff. Like,
Yeah.
what do I need to do? I need to do this. I need to make sure that I communicate with Ann. I don't need to do that shit. I don't have to do that. Not that I don't need to. I don't have to either.
Right.
I might have to do something, but I don't need to do it. Or I might need to do something and not have to do it. But I don't want to do either.
I'm with you. I'm with you 110%. I'm with you. Like, I feel like I've been open, and my openness has led to, I don't want to say disappointment because I'm not disappointed, but it has opened to, like,
But that's the best word to put it. You
I
don't want
don't
to
think,
say that, but I think that's the best way to put it. Like you've been disappointed. You were hoping that it would be that kind of relationship. I mean, you weren't looking for a mama cookie. You were looking for some kind of relationship with said person, with Ann.
yeah,
And since she's disappointed you, like, I mean, there's no better way to put it. She has, because you were searching for that. Not searching. I don't want to say searching.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
I get
were
what you're
you
saying.
you were looking for it, like you were hoping. Let's say that you were hoping that's what it would be because you've been watching all the damn shows, and so you was
All these
hoping.
damn, Lifetime, Fox, ETV, whatever channels. Uh, the truth of the matter is, those scripted TV shows are not always that is not your story all the time. And I
Right.
think what I was expecting, that once I found this situation, I was really and I was hopeful. I think that is the bigger word that I love that you said to Aaron, was like, I was hopeful that, oh, okay, this is the situation, this is how it's gonna be. And once that I realized that it wasn't that, then it's like, now I have to kind of like realign, reestablish, create a new narrative, whatever the case may be, because this is just not it. And I'm not going to force it to be it. I don't care if it isn't it, but I see that what I thought or what I assumed or what I had hoped would happen ain't gonna happen. So now
Right.
it's like, now we're in the rewriting phase. So I feel like that's where we are. We are in the rewriting phase, and I'm open to her rewriting, but she's gonna have to take the writer and producer role. She's gonna have to really, like, yeah, come
But
come with the talent, because right now, lackluster. It's a womp for me.
yeah, but I mean, it's just like a sequel. Every time something happens, it's still the first one's made. Like you could
Yes.
still watch the first one. Like even if she comes out with a different script and a different story, the first one was already made, and that's how I look at it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So, will
Oh, but
we
we still got to talk about real quick about the second time you meeting. You met. It was with Martina. That's all we talked about. How was that time?
it was the same. It was the same with Leola. We met, we talked, we had a great conversation. Martina was as pleasant as she could be. And Leola, the first time Leola was like, it really wasn't, it was very surface, is what I would say. I feel
Right.
like it was cool for what it was, but it wasn't, again, going back to like your lifetimes and your, whatever those shows and the TV shows and the platforms. It just wasn't that. And not that I was expecting it to be that way, but I thought it would go more along the lines of that, and it didn't. So, again, we met, like I said, we met Myrtle Beach. We went to the exact same restaurant. Shout out Arts Burger Sushi Bar in Myrtle Beach. And then we left, and that was 2021.
Yeah.
And here we are in 2023, and I have not seen her since. And again, she lives 3 hours away from me. So you and I have seen each other almost every month or every other month since March 2021. So
Right.
for more than 2 years, we have continued to build, connect, see, maintain that relationship. And we just haven't with Ann and I. So we
But
shall
I
see.
mean, but I do think, coming to her kind of defense, me and you are different.
You think so? How sway?
It's different. Like we're brothers.
Right. And she's
That's
our
different.
biological mom. She's our
Yeah,
birth
you're
mom.
right.
She puts us out her
But the aim,
vagina.
right. But and that's it. Like
and
those,
and
I
made
mean,
and made an ultimate, again, like,
but
we
you
don't
can't
know if we
compare.
would be where we are now if it wasn't for her. I am 100% appreciative of the sacrifice that she made, because I acknowledge that it was a sacrifice,
Oh,
right?
100%. But what I'm saying is, you can't expect y'all's relationship to be like me and your relationship.
You don't think so? I feel like I
No,
can't expect it to.
no, you can't. You can't.
Okay,
I mean, we're a year apart, a year and some change apart,
true.
and you know, we don't have any. I think if you knew, I mean, this is crazy. Like, what if you knew your whole life? Have you ever thought about that? What if you knew your whole life you were adopted? I knew my whole life we were adopted. How would the relationship be?
I feel like our relationship between you and I would be maybe even stronger, which I don't even know how that could be possible. Like, how can it be possible to be even stronger? But I
We
feel
would have been in
like
the same city. We
if
would
we
have
lived in the
been.
same city, or we
No,
in
I
a
said
duplex,
we would have ended up being in the same city.
we would have ended up in the same city, and we're buying a duplex, and we're living next door to one another.
Right, right.
Because I am not going to let you go 3 days without seeing me. I'm coming. I'm coming knocking the door. I need to borrow some sugar.
I need
You
to
know,
buy.
I'm ringing
I
the
brought dinner.
doorbell. I got a code to the garage. I am coming over. Like,
Yeah,
you're not
yeah.
gonna let. But I feel like, why can't it be the same way with our birth mom? I feel like
Why?
it
I
it
mean, I could
should
give
be.
you 1,000 different reasons why, but
But
I don't think.
it should, like, we don't, like, if you're not, you have no animosity towards her. I have no animosity towards her. There's no reason why it should be anything but love, peace,
because
and hair grease. That's my
because let me
thing.
say this. Let me just say this. With us, me and you,
Mhm.
out of this whole story, there's a lot of people that were also influenced by this. But realistically, if you look at it, we are the only two victims in this situation.
Correct.
So that's why I'm saying it's different. It's
But people
a
can't
victim
act like
victim.
victims. That's my
No, and
thing.
I feel like we have never acted like victims, and
We haven't,
that's
but
what's
the other people
right.
want
So
to act like victims.
I'm not saying like at the beginning, like you shouldn't have came with them hopes because you should have. But once she had showed you her colors, you should have turned it around and said, "Oh yeah, man, we definitely are not going to have a relationship like me and Aaron's relationship."
Oh, so here's the thing. I definitely know that we're not going to have that relationship. I just don't understand why it can't be that. I feel like it should be. I feel like when you see my mom, when you see Cookie, you and Cookie go to hugging and talking. Y'all be out on the back porch. Y'all having a drink. Y'all be having a good
You know
ass
why?
time.
I could just explain to you this way. Because it's wanted. You could tell the relationship that you're hoping for is only wanted one way.
Correct. And
And
and and
so
and that's the thing. But it should, in my opinion, if I've never told her I was angry with her, because I'm not. I never said I was disappointed with her, because I'm not. So for me, it should be like, oh, that's a weight lifted off. I'm a birth parent who put my child up for adoption. I made this choice, and this person who's an adult said they're not angry, nor mad, nor frustrated or disappointed. Let me go full force, because this easy. I got it easy with this person.
right, but if you blocked it, I mean, like we say, 30 years. She done blocked it out for 30 years.
Right. Right.
And that's how you got to look at it. Like you can't expect somebody that's, been, I mean, doing anything for 30 years. It's like telling you, let's say this. Let's say you've been teaching for 30 years, right?
Uh-huh.
And somebody says, I need you to go into the construction field. You're gonna be like, "The fuck it," the next day or
And
even
I'm
the next
not.
month. Exactly,
And
and
I'm
that's how
not.
she look at it. You got to look at people look at situations different. You're looking at it like, I want this relationship. She's looking at it like, when I gave them up for adoption, that's what I surrendered. I surrendered that relationship,
Didn't say that.
physically, mentally, emotionally. I surrendered it.
But didn't say that. That's my thing. Like, be honest
Oh,
with, like, I
I'm
can be honest with my expectations. Like I told her and our birth father, which we'll get into in the next episode. I told both of them, like, here are my expectations. I feel like, Aaron, if you tell me straight up, like, here's what you're expecting, I got two options. I can live up to it, or I can say I can't do it. That's me. I'm grown. I'm not
right.
8. I'm 30 something.
I agree with you 1,000%. Like I 1,000% agree with you. But expectations, I mean, is also assuming. You
Ooh.
assumed that relationship was
Expectations
gonna
are
be this.
assuming. Is that the
Yeah.
title?
No, that it could be expectations are assuming
Are
because
assuming.
I mean, if to assume something, you have to expect this is going to happen. If you're expecting something, you got to assume that that's what is going to happen. They're the same thing.
True.
And you know what assume is, so I don't even need to say it. It's making an ass out of you and me.
Out of
So,
you and me. That's it.
so I mean, but I don't know. Like, if I was in your situation, would I be feeling the same way? And if you were
Yeah.
in my situation, would you be feeling the same way?
I feel like it should almost be reversed.
What you mean?
I feel like, in my opinion, I feel like you should be like, nah, bitch, because I have been thinking about you, wondering about you, painting this picture of who you are for 30 some odd years. You should be the person that like. That's how I feel like it should be. And I should be like, you know, it is what it is. And I feel like it's reversed, which is cool, you know, because
Yeah,
I feel like that's
I
where we
think
balance
it
each other
is.
out.
It is. But I mean, I wouldn't say I thought about her for 30 years. I could care less. Probably when I turned 20, about 12, for sure, 19, 20, it was done with. Like, it was already a blur in,
Yeah.
probably about starting 15, but shit, 20, I was cool. Like, I mean, I probably carry a lot of emotional scars from it, but as far as wanting that relationship, yeah, man, but by the time I had Aubrey, it was like,
You was good. So
I
I
was
think we're
good.
gonna talk about those emotional scars for both of us because we have them, whether we
Yeah.
acknowledge them or not. I feel
Oh,
like we
yeah.
both have them. So I think we're
100%.
gonna save that for a later conversation. And we're gonna get into our last segment. You know what burned you up?
Okay, Ronnie. So, I mean, shit, what burned
I'm
you up?
I'm asking you, I'm asking you first.
No, I ain't had time to think, man. It's like I need you to when the server come to the table and they ask if you're ready. Everybody says, yeah, and you not. And you're like, hey, start over there.
You be like, I need a drink yet. Okay, okay. So
So I'm gonna have you start for me, please, brother.
okay. So I'm gonna be real quick with what burned me up. So what burned me up is I went to a conference this week at work.
Ooh,
And as you know, I work in multiple school buildings with their leadership teams, really supporting them in their behavioral interventions. And
right,
so
right, right.
went to this conference this week, and these people who they paid $800 per seat um was just telling them
Ooh.
all these things and yada yada yada. And I was just like, but this is what we've been telling y'all to do for the last 3 years, and y'all ain't did it. So what burned me up is like, I can do my job and I can do the best of my ability, but y'all want to listen to somebody else tell y'all to do what I've been telling y'all to do. Why can't y'all not just listen to what I've been telling you to do?
Or
That that's
pay me.
that's my issue.
Or pay me what you pay them folks. And I'll tell you
Pay
again,
me
it's
an
not
extra
enough.
$800 per person. We can have a good meeting.
Good.
I'll take that.
With me, I'll even supply lunch.
And Aaron, they didn't supply lunch, nor did they supply parking. We had to pay for parking. We had to pay for lunch, everything. So yeah, that's what burned me up. Like, when you pay people to do a job, listen, if you don't want them to do their job, then just say that. Like, that's my thing. Like, don't waste my time BSing. Don't waste my time doing what other people say do. Like, if you want me to coach y'all, if you want me to motivate and encourage y'all, then listen what the fuck I got to say. If not, then don't pay me. I don't need to be in y'all building. So that's what burned me up. That's my oh.
Did it feel good getting off
It
your
felt
chest,
good
brother?
getting that out. Like, that's just my irritation. Like, don't do that. Like, don't waste my time. Don't waste my energy. If you don't want to listen, then say, you know what, Ronnie, we don't want to listen to you. Okay, we want to pay somebody else to tell us the same thing you've been telling us for the last 3 years. Cool. And I'll shut up and I'll let y'all work through it. But yeah, so that's what burned me up. What about you? What burnt you up?
What burned me up? Oh man, so I don't know if it's people. I mean, I'm fairly young, but I think the people young, they feel like they're in competition. Like,
Mm,
even in like the workplace. I'm gonna keep it very vague because I don't want to get in trouble. But even in the workplace, like, people feel like they're in competition.
with
Not like
who? In the competition
I'm
with you?
well, I'm not. See, you trying to get me in trouble. I'm not answering your questions. I'm social
Oh, I'm
medially trained.
confused.
I just feel like people Like we should be a team. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like if somebody needs help from me, right, and they're not my person in my market, right, I should help them.
Right.
If I can answer the question,
Why wouldn't I?
why wouldn't I? Right. So I
Yeah.
feel like people don't like you talking to their people, even though their people might
Mm.
not like them.
Yes. Speak on it. Speak on it.
So I mean, and it's cool with me, but I just feel like we shouldn't be that way. We should be a team. Like it shouldn't be a competition. It should be like who's better at this, who's better at this. Like, I mean, who cares? Like we
We
are
got a
all
job to get done.
right, that's it.
Period.
And that's how I look at it. Like we got a job to do. And you do your part, I do mine. Like, and we can come together, collaborate, and make it a great experience. But like, I don't feel like we have to compete. Like, I'm not. People are in competition with might be okay. So somebody might be in competition with me, but I'm not even in the race. Like you racing against me, but I'm not even in the race. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like I'm not even competing. Like I don't feel like I have to. Like, I don't feel like
Facts.
I have to try to prove my worth. I feel like that's what it is. People have to prove their worth. And that's what bothered me up inside. Like you have to trying to prove that you're doing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Proving that, oh, you have 20 emails to answer. I have 80. Or, I feel like we should be in competition. It'd be like, damn, you got 80 emails? Well, first I'm thinking, shit. You unorganized like a motherfucker. I have 20 because I read by it.
Daily, because I don't want 80 unread emails.
But no, that's how I feel. I feel like, man, it's and I mean it goes outside the workplace too. So that's why I was saying, like in general, like I mean, even us as black people, we always competing with the next race, next whatever.
And why? You don't
Why?
compete where you don't compare. We got a
Right,
whole different slew of issues, problems, or strengths, weaknesses, whatever. Why
right.
am I competing with the next people? Because I don't have to.
Right. And so
I'm
that's
with you.
where I what bottled me up because it's like we it shouldn't be a competition. Like
Right.
and we really the only culture who do that.
Aaron,
I'm just saying, let's just call it
Aaron,
what it
you
is.
getting on something?
Like we the only culture who do it. Like why?
And we do it so bad. We do it
So
so bad. We
bad.
do it
Like
musically. We got to
yeah,
compare, this artist to that
to
artist. We got to
this
compare
one.
this
We got
actor to this actor. We got to compare this
yeah.
activist to
Why
this.
can't we have
Why?
multiple greats? It's like who's the greatest? You have the goat, the greatest of all time. We have these debates like who's the goat at this, whatever. Why can't we have multiple goats?
Greats.
Right,
Why? Because there are herds of goats.
right. It's like saying with Africa, like why don't you? Even though there's different countries, you have kings of
With
different
an S,
countries,
plural.
kings. So why can't we have several kings? Like, why do we have to have one? And that's where the competition comes. It's with everything. Like, the first thing we shouldn't be counting each other's pockets. Like,
At
I don't
all.
care what you have. What you have ain't helping me over here unless it's something that's mentally or you passing knowledge. You doing something like that, then you know what I'm saying? Then we're good.
Exactly. No, I'm Aaron, I'm 110% with you. And to me, that just leaves that we don't compete, we don't compare.
Yeah,
Like
I don't
we good. You good in
know.
your Aaron Northley is good in his own right, and Ronnie Jacobs is good in his own right. And
Right.
because we are two black men born in the 80s, we don't have to compete with one another. We just good where we at. And let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, that's it. Like I just so that's what burned me up, man. Like, cause I'm just thinking, I'm like, what really burned you up, Aaron? And like at this moment, that's what I think. Like, and then also, let me just end on this part. Don't try to compete with your shit stink. You know?
On that note, we thank you for coming to sit at the fire pit. We hope you have enjoyed your drink and your
And your
smoke.
smoke.
But on that note, we leaving it there because you know what? Aaron gonna have us here for a whole nother hour, and I'm not dealing with that. Period. So
Period.
clink clink. We will see
Clink,
y'all
clink.
on the next episode of Firepit Conversations. Again, please follow us on Instagram at Firepit Conversations.
And on TikTok at firepit_conversations.
And we're gonna see y'all next go around. But again, we love y'all.
Thank you for the support always.
Yes, thank you for the support always. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you grab your drink.
Or your smoke, or both. I had to do both today.
And come sit at the fire pit. Simple.
Simple.
All right, y'all. We out.
Later.